Hello and welcome. Today we're doing a question from LeetCode called Rearrange Characters to make target string. It's an easy, we're going to jump right into it. You are given two zero-index strings, S and target. You can take some letters from S and rearrange them to form new strings. Return the maximum number of copies of target that can be formed by taking letters from S and rearranging them. Example 1, we have the following input S. I love coding on LeetCode, and our target is code. We want to see how many copies of code we can actually form with our input string S. So how many times do we see a C, an O, a D, and E in S? Scanning through this, we see an O, E, C, and D over here. So that's one instance of code we can form. And we see C, O, D, E here as well. So we can make two copies of code. Now, there are more characters of code in S. We see an extra O over here that hasn't been used yet, some extra E's as well. But because we don't have every single character enough times, we have an O and E, but we don't have another C or D to form another instance, we are capped and our output is going to be 2. Example 2, we have A, B, C, B, A. Target is A, B, C. How many times can we form target? We have one A, one B, one C, so that's one copy we can make. And we have another BA, but we don't have another C, so we can't fully make our target. So our output is 1. Example 3, we have the following target, a bunch of A's, 5 of them, and we want to see how many copies we can make. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A's. Exactly enough to form one copy. If either of these A's were missing, say we didn't have this last one here, we only would have had 4 A's and we never would have been able to form target, so our output would have been 0. We wouldn't be able to make it. We also have some constraints down here. S and target consist of lowercase English letters. How do we solve this? We've done a very similar problem in the past called maximum number of balloons. So in case you want to look at that first and then try this question out, I'm going to link it down below. For this question though, how do we want to proceed? We know we want to make as many copies of target that we can, which means we need to know the counts of all the characters in target and all the counts of all the characters in S. Say we had the following input examples. S was BB, AB, and target was ABB. So in order to form one word of target, we'll need one A and 2 B's. Do we have enough of them in S? Well, let's count how many characters we have in S. In S, we see that we have 1 A and we have 3 B's. So how many copies of target can we actually make? To make one copy of target, we require 1 A and 2 B's. We have 1 A here, so we can make one word just considering A. We have 3 B's and we need 2 per word. So again, we can make one copy. There isn't enough to make more than one. If this was 4, then we could have made 2 copies only considering B. But even now, we would have been capped because there aren't enough A's to make 2 copies. We're always going to be bound by the minimum number of copies we can make per letter. So modifying S just a little bit, what are our counts now? We have 2 A's, we have 4 B's, and we have 1 S. We still require just 1 A and 2 B's for our target. So how many words can we make? Well, let's look at this character by character. First, we look at A. We have 2 A's, we need 1 per word, so we can make 2 words. We have 4 B's, we need 2 per word, so we can make 2 words. We don't need anything else, so all these other extra characters are just that, they're extra. Once we take the minimum of both of these, we still get 2, so we can make 2 copies of ABB. And that's all we really need to do. So to code this up, we know we want to count all the occurrences of every single character that occurs in both S and target. For this, we're going to be using a dictionary where the key is going to be the character and the corresponding value is going to be the number of times we've seen that character. And we're going to do this both for S and target. So we're going to initialize a dictionary for S called sCounts. We're going to be looping through all the characters in S, so for character in S. If that character is already in sCounts, so if character in sCounts, we will just increment that number. So sCounts of that character plus equals 1, else sCounts at that character equals 1. And we repeat that for target. So target counts is going to be empty for character in target if character in target counts of that character plus equals 1, else target counts at character equals 1. So at this point, we have a dictionary with all the counts of the characters, meaning we're at this stage right now, we have a dictionary with all of our counts. So we are at this point over here, we have our dictionaries and target counts with every character and the number of times it occurs. Before moving on though, instead of writing out all of this code, an easier way to write this is to just use counter. So what we can write is sCounts equals counter of s, and target counts equals counter of target. And what a counter is it's just going to go through, count how many occurrences of every single character happen, and store that in a dictionary. So we're going to get the exact same output as we would over here. So we can just get rid of all of these lines. This is taken care for us through the use of counter. This is just a much more concise way to write out a dictionary. In case you've never seen this before, try using it next time and see how much time and lines of code you save with counter. Now that we have our counters done, our dictionaries done, we want to loop through every single character in our target counts and see how many times it occurs in sCounts. So for character in target counts, we want to see how many words we can actually form. So words is going to equal sCounts of that character divided by how many times we actually need it in target counts. So target counts of that same character. So over here, for example, if we are on character A, we want to see how many times A occurs in sCounts. It occurs twice. And we see that in target counts, it occurs once. So we can form 2 words. If we go back in this for loop, our new character would be B, and we want to see how many words we can make. So how many times does B show up in sCounts? Well, that is 4. And how many times does B show up in target counts? That is 2. So 4 divided by 2, we can again form 2 words. Remember, every single time we know how many words we can form, we want to take the minimum. So let's actually make another variable, total words, and set this to be infinity. So this is going to be float infinity. Every single time we go in this for loop, we want to make sure we always take the minimum of what we have in total words and the new number of words we can form. So total words is going to equal the minimum of what we have in total words and the number of words we can form with the character we are on. In the end, all we want to do is just return our total words. Again, if we want to write this more concisely, another way to write this out is to replace all of these lines and instead write return minimum of sCounts of a character divided by target counts of a character for character in target counts. This in Python is called a generator expression. It's very similar to how you would write a list comprehension. Again, it's saving lines of code and time. It's just a little bit more readable. Basically, we're looping through all the characters in target counts, figuring out how many times that character occurs in sCounts, and dividing it by how many times it occurs in target counts. And we just want to return the minimum of all of that. So let's go ahead and submit this, and it is accepted. Now, talking about space and time complexity, for time, we are going through every single character in both S and target. So this is going to be O of n plus m if we have n characters in S and m in target. And for space, this is actually going to be constant O of 1 because there are only so many characters of the alphabet that we have, right? We're never going to exceed 26. So we are capped by that. It doesn't matter how big S or T get. This is going to be constant O of 1. Now, before leaving, we're going to do a super quick walkthrough with an example of our code just to see it all tied together. Say we look at example 2 over here, we have ABC, BA, and target is ABC. We make an sCounts. So we have a dictionary of A being 2, B being 2, C being 1. Now we have a target counts. So A is 1, B is 1, and C is 1. Now we want to return the minimum of sCounts of character divided by target counts of character for every single character in target counts. This is just a for loop, so we are going to be looping through every single character in target counts. We start at A. We want to do sCounts of that character, so 2. And we want to integer divide it by target counts of that character, which is 1. So 2 integer divided by 1 is 2. Now we go back in our for loop. We're at B. We do sCounts of that character B, so that's going to be 2. Integer dividing that by target counts of B. Again, this is 2. So the minimum is going to remain 2. We go back in this for loop. We're at character C. S counts of C is 1. We're going to integer divide this by target counts of C, which is 1. So 1 integer divide by 1 is 1, meaning our new minimum is 1. There are no more characters for us to iterate through in target counts, and so we return 1, just like we were expecting. So we just went ahead and solved rearrange characters to make target string, and we did a couple of examples, but if you have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. If this video was helpful, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really supports the channel, and as always, I will see you in the next one.